All right, let's dive into Uniswap. It's one of the biggest names in crypto, a decentralized exchange that's really at the heart of DeFi. Now, what's fascinating is that it's not a company, it's just code, it's a protocol. And it all started from this really elegant idea that came from Vitalik Buterin, Ethereum's co-founder. And just to give you a sense of scale here, look at this number. Uniswap has processed over $2 trillion in trading volume. Yeah, that's trillion with a T. It's an absolutely mind-blowing figure when you remember there's no CEO, no headquarters, nothing like that. So that brings us to the big question, right? How on earth is this possible? No company, no employees, no one matching buy and sell orders. How can a piece of software handle that much money? Well, the answer isn't in a boardroom, it's in a formula. Pure, simple math. Okay, let's get into the mechanics of it. To really understand Uniswap, you have to get your head around its core engine. This one simple formula that completely changed the game for what an exchange could be. So think about a traditional exchange, like Coinbase or even the New York Stock Exchange. They run on what's called an order book. It's basically a giant list of who wants to buy and sell, and a central company has to match them up. Uniswap just throws that whole idea out the window. Instead, it uses something called an automated market maker, or AMM, that runs on smart contracts. That means it's totally permissionless. Anyone, and I mean anyone, can use it without asking for permission. And here it is. This is the magic formula. X times Y equals K. It's called the constant product formula, and it's the entire engine. So let's say you have a pool of two tokens, like Ether and USDC. X is the amount of Ether, Y is the amount of USDC, and K is this constant value that the pool's code makes sure never changes. This little equation powers the whole thing. So how does a formula set the price? Well, it happens automatically. The price is just the ratio of the two tokens. If you buy ETH from the pool, the amount of ETH, X, goes down, and the amount of USDC, Y, goes up. And for K to stay the same, the math dictates that the price of ETH has to increase. It's supply and demand, but enforced by code instead of a middleman. It's actually beautiful. But wait a minute, where do these tokens in the pools even come from? Someone has to put them there in the first place, right? And that brings us to the people who make this whole ecosystem work, the liquidity providers. A liquidity provider, or LP, is just a regular user like you or me who decides to deposit a pair of tokens, say our ETH and USDC, into a Uniswap pool. They're the ones providing the inventory for traders. You could say they're the backbone of the exchange. And of course, they get paid for taking on this role. And that payment comes from trading fees. Every single time a trader makes a swap using the liquidity that you provided, you get a cut of the fee. And it makes sense, right? The fee you earn is tied to the risk. So for a stable pair like ETH and USDC, the fee might be tiny, like 0.05%. But for more exotic, volatile tokens, LPs can earn up to 1% to make that extra risk worthwhile. Earning fees sounds awesome. So you just park your tokens, kick back, and watch the fees roll in? Well, not quite. There's a really important catch, a risk that every single LP needs to understand. It's called impermanent loss. So what is it? Impermanent loss is basically the opportunity cost you pay for being a liquidity provider. It's the difference in value between having your tokens in the pool versus if you had just held on to them in your own wallet. If the prices of the two tokens drift apart, your stake in the pool can end up being worth less than if you did nothing at all. And it's called impermanent because you only lock in that loss when you actually pull your funds out. This quote just nails it. It perfectly explains why this happens. Because the pool has to keep that X times Y equals K balance, it's forced to rebalance for you. It automatically sells the token that's appreciating and buys the token that's depreciating. You're constantly selling the winners and buying the losers. And you can see here just how serious this can get. A small 25% price change is no big deal, less than a 1% loss. But look what happens if one of your tokens doubles in price. You're already down almost 6% compared to just holding. If it does a 4x, you're looking at a 20% loss. So the name of the game for an LP is making sure the fees you're earning are enough to overcome any potential impermanent loss. Now, Uniswap didn't just create this formula and call it a day. Oh no, the protocol has been evolving constantly, getting smarter, more efficient, and way more sophisticated over time. The whole journey started back in 2018 with V1, which was really just a proof of concept. Then came V2 in 2020, which made some big improvements. But the really mind-blowing stuff came with V3, and what's planned for V4 is going to push things even further.
So V3's big innovation was something called concentrated liquidity. This was a total game changer. See, before V3, if you were an LP, your money was spread out across an infinite price range, from 0 to infinity. V3 let you say, hey, I only want my money to work within this specific price range, which made things incredibly more efficient.
And why was that so huge? Well, get this. In V2, if you were providing liquidity for a stable coin pair, two tokens that are both supposed to be worth $1, about 99.5% of your money was just sitting there doing nothing because the price almost never moved. Concentrated liquidity let LPs put their capital exactly where the action is, which was a massive leap in efficiency. And now we're looking ahead to Uniswap v4, which is introducing something called hooks. The best way to think about this is like an app store or a plugin system for liquidity pools. It's going to let developers create their own custom logic and just plug it right into a pool. The possibilities are pretty much endless. I mean, with hooks, we're talking about all kinds of crazy new features. Things like fees that change automatically based on how wild the market is, or real on-chain limit orders without needing an order book. We're talking about fees that automatically reinvest themselves, or even built-in protection against stuff like MEV. Uniswap is basically evolving from a simple exchange into a full-on programmable platform for finance. Okay, so we've gone through a lot of the technical stuff. Let's bring it all back home. What does all of this actually mean for you? How can you actually interact with this thing?
Well, it really depends on who you are. If you're a trader, Uniswap is this incredible portal to swap almost any token you can think of, but you have to be super careful and always double-check contract addresses. If you're thinking of becoming an LP, it's a great way to earn yield, but you absolutely have to understand impermanent loss first. For you developers out there, V4 hooks are like a brand new playground for financial innovation. And for investors, holding the Uni token gives you a say in how the whole protocol is run.
And that's our deep dive on Uniswap. It's just such a powerful example of how a simple math equation wrapped in some clever code can blossom into a piece of global financial infrastructure. It really makes you wonder, now that we have these powerful new building blocks, what other part of the traditional financial world is just waiting to be turned into code?